Hi there, welcome back to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and in this review, we'll be having a close look at the LG CordZero A9 Ultimate Cordless Stick Vacuum. The CordZero A9 series is LG's flagship, and with their success in manufacturing many consumer electronic items, I'm curious how this stick vacuum will perform and fare against other premium brands. It uses LG's smart inverter motor, which promises powerful suction and longevity, and LG backs up this claim with a 10-year limited warranty. I've spent the past few days testing this product, putting it through different tests with suction, cleaning performance, filtration, ergonomics, and much more. There's a lot to unpack, so let's get into it. Before I go through the features, let's first look at the different A9 variants. There are two main submodels, the Ultimate and Compressor. Both use the same motor, but the Compressor has a larger capacity battery, evidenced by its longer runtime claim of 120 minutes from the two batteries. It also has the Compressor feature where a lever pushes dirt down into compact quote-unquote dust pucks, essentially doubling the bin capacity and solving the dirt disposal issues of the standard variant. The A9 Ultimate uses a smaller capacity battery, so runtime is shorter at 80 minutes from the two batteries. It ran a bit further at around 43 minutes in my tests per battery, bringing the total to 86 minutes from both batteries. This model only has a standard dustbin, but without the compressor lever, so dirt volume is compromised at only 0.39 liters. The model I have is the A9 Ultimate, model number A907GMS, and the reason why I opted for it is because it's cheaper, plus it comes with all the tools I need for whole home cleaning. That includes a soft roller, a standard brush attachment, plus 3 tools for cleaning above floors. My favorite of these tools is the power punch nozzle that doesn't use a traditional roller, but instead, it has this vibrating element in the middle that works great for picking up long hair strands on upholstery. I tried it several times on these long strands, and none was left on this yellow piece. All LG CordZero A9 variants will have this self-standing dock, perhaps my favorite feature since it has storage slots for up to 3 tools. Plus it can charge 2 batteries simultaneously, so you can use this vacuum while the second battery is recharging, which minimizes downtime. One gripe I have is it doesn't have a slot for this power punch nozzle, so I ended up just laying it here on this area. The A9 has push-button switches on the handle for easy access, plus the handle position is in an optimal location behind the motor and not under it, so it's more ergonomically pleasing to use for cleaning floors despite being top-heavy. But one issue with the handle placement is that it puts more pressure on the arm and wrist, cleaning areas high above like the ceiling. It isn't much of a concern for areas like upholstery since the body is light enough on this area. I tested airflow and suction since I was curious how this vacuum compares with other brands in its price bracket. And the airflow tests were a bit underwhelming, especially at the nozzle, where it maxed out at 36 CFM. Compared to other premium stick vacuums, it's below average, and it's at the level of lower tier options like the Musu K17, Shark Vertex Cordless, Dyson V7, and V8. A new test I'm implementing now is suction, where I use a water lift gauge and Y gauge normally used for central vacuums, which I'll explain further in a video I'll be publishing soon. It was near the bottom with the direct water lift gauge test at 50 inches, but it did better with the unsealed tests using the Y gauge at 22 inches, which is better than the Dyson V11 Torque Drive, V10 Absolute, and V8. The unsealed Y gauge test is, in my opinion, the best of these 3 as a barometer for performance since it represents the working suction of a vacuum, and you'll see why later in the cleaning test results, which we'll look into next. Despite having below average airflow for a premium stick vacuum, the CordZero A9 did surprisingly well, especially with surface debris. It picked up in the high 99s, an almost perfect result, and it did better on carpet, at least with surface debris. This performance also translates well at cleaning edges, as the A9 did well cleaning this area efficiently, which is the crucial element. It also has enough airflow to pick up debris scattered in this 1/4 inch crevice in both directions. I'm impressed with the high-end agitation, especially with the standard brush, since stick vacuums with this airflow level don't usually pick up this high a percentage. You can see the effects of the below average airflow in the deep cleaning test where it picked up only 94.75%. I say below average because other premium brands picked up an average of over 98%, but still an excellent number for a cordless stick vacuum. It's at the same level as a Dyson V7 Motorhead and DreamTech P30, which isn't bad since those two variants didn't do as well on hard floors. Please note that I used the max setting for deep cleaning tests, but the good news is it ran for 15 minutes in this setting per battery for a total of 30 minutes from both batteries. So it runs longer than a Dyson V15 Detect in the max setting. Pair the high-end debris pickup to the responsive steering, another feature I like, further increases its appeal. Initially, I wasn't expecting too much from it because I thought it had similar steering as a Tineco. But after extensive testing, it steers better. Not as good as a Dyson, but it's the closest out of all the stick vacuums I've tested. The twisting mechanism lets it go flat under furniture, which bodes well if you need to clean anything low clearance. Another underrated pro of the CordZero A9 is how well it picks up hair, which is impressive since it doesn't have an active anti-tangle system. It picked up a high percentage across the board with 5, 7, 9 and 11-inch strands. The surprising thing for me is it did better on carpet, even up to 11 inches, picking up virtually everything. One issue using the soft roller on long strands is it wraps on this axle, which can be tedious to clean. Fortunately, the roller is detachable, making this task easier. But one issue, at least with the A9 Ultimate, is how hair sticks on the dustbin's inner walls even after opening it. You'll have to use your fingers to pull it out or get the more expensive A9 compressor with the lever that pushes debris down. This is a perfect segue to the things I don't like. And the biggest issue for me would be filtration. LG says that the CordZero A9 has a 5-layer filtration that filters up to 99.99% of dust and dirt. It has a washable pre- and post-motor filter, which should, on paper, be enough. However, it didn't pass the fog test as it leaked in several areas, which is somewhat disappointing for me since it is priced as a premium stick vacuum. I tested it several times using different tools and power settings, but it still leaked. Lastly is the noise levels, as the CordZero A9 breached 70 decibels in both settings, maxing out at over 79. To conclude this review, the LG CordZero A9 surprised me in several tests, particularly in the cleaning performance department. Despite the low airflow, it picked up a very high percentage of surface debris. Deep cleaning results were also above average for a cordless stick vacuum. Pairing that with the long runtime in the max setting makes the A9 a good Dyson V15 alternative if you don't want to spend ultra premium dollars on a cord-free stick vacuum. The only issue is that it failed the fog test, but it's still an excellent product if you don't mind the filtration issues. Let me know what you think about the LG CordZero A9 in the comments section below. Consider giving this video a thumbs up if it's been helpful to you. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified for future reviews like this. Links are in the description for more information. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.